haven't actually read what conclusion we're going to come to yet. Mr. Bird, come on, you know better than anybody else. I heard your voice.
It's all about the free school.
Well, you know better than anybody else how we have to conduct these meetings. So please. Right, thank you. Right. On the 20th of January, at the full Cabinet meeting, you know we considered all the written material and heard all the oral submissions on this, all the submissions which had been received since the proposal was first published and went live in July 2013. We've since had the benefit of a comprehensive Cabinet report. I don't think anyone could describe it as thin, and have paid due regard to the statutory guidance in relation to the process of one school being discontinued, and also separate guidance on how you enlarge New King's Primary School. Since the Cabinet came to that decision on the 20th of January, that decision was then called in, and there was a further debate at the Education and Children's Services Select Committee. And today, as you've heard, we've considered the recommendations of that select committee, as well as having heard 5 further deputations. I don't need to tell you we don't need to rehearse all that debate which took place in January. What we are required to do, however, though, is to consider whether, in the light of the Select Committee's recommendation, we wish to alter or affirm that decision made on the 20th of January. We have taken into account what's been said today, as well as all the written submissions to the Select Committee and the deputations. And as Councillor Binmore says, there is nothing substantially new or nothing compelling that would lead us to change our decision.
Conscience.
Still have the issue of surplus places, historical and current. And I hear what you're saying. You're saying that we make these points time and time again and nobody's listening. It is not because people are not listening. It is because people have come to a different conclusion. A conclusion that many of you do not share. And I freely accept that point. So I'm going to propose that the Cabinet does affirm its previous decision, following full consideration of all the relevant matters presented to it, including in particular all of the consultation responses. All of the representations received during the statutory notice period, factors set out in the Cabinet report of 20th of January, and the Equalities Impact Assessment, as well as the alternative proposal recommended by the Select Committee. So that means that the Cabinet does agree to implement the proposals for the discontinuation of Sulivan Primary School and the enlargement of New King's Primary School, subject to the following conditions being met by 1st of August 2014. And those conditions are: 1, that planning permissions being granted for both the interim accommodation at the Sulivan site and the proposed extension and remodelling of the New King's Primary School buildings. Those are in Appendix G of the Cabinet report. And the second condition is the making of any agreement under Section 1 of the Academies Act 2010 for the establishment of a New King's Primary School as an academy. So let's be clear. Let's be clear. The reason for this decision is due to historical as well as current. Shouting the same response does not change the facts.
You repeating it doesn't change. That this decision will ensure an improved education. Because you think
when the final move to the new site takes
Cannot
place.
ensure that.
Particularly because we're making it a condition of decision that New Kings enter into an agreement to convert to an academy in line with the information that they provided to us today. It will also mean, obviously, that there's a discontinuance of running 2 schools with ongoing surplus places and the associated costs, which you've heard again tonight attached to these 2 sites. So there is practical and economic sense to having a single school and ensuring savings. Why is it that
because
it
it's
is
about
fair
kids.
game? Just because you don't like
It's
It's
wrong.
not going to show your case any good whatsoever. Well, it's not naughty at all. But you know what? There's a process. There's a process, and we all have to follow the process. Just like the process, do licenses, and do other unpleasant things. Right. So there is an economic sense in having a single school and ensuring that savings and running costs, and that these can be reinvested. So I am proposing that we will authorise the Director of Schools Commissioning and the Director of Law to undertake the necessary procedures to implement the proposals. Therefore, proposing that we affirm our decision on the 20th of January.
Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shut!
Shame! They might vote against. I know.
It's pointless, everybody might get minds up. We already know.
Yes.
We already know.
Show of
Have you declared your conflict of interest?
Show of hands. Did he?
No, at the beginning.
No, nothing. He didn't say anything. It's only Cooney. Sorry, excuse me, but he's got no history next to it.
I was right at the back, so I couldn't shout out here.
Shame on you!
Can we go and speak to